This video is going to cover government documents, what they are, and where you can find them in Ingram Library. A government document is exactly what it sounds like. It's any document that is published by any government. Not just the American government, but the British government, China, Russia, Germany, the European Union, and even local governments like the state of Georgia or the city of Carrollton. Documents really means any published item by that government. So that can include websites, flyers, pictures, posters, studies, statistics, speeches, bills, laws, anything that was published by the government that the government paid to have released into the world. We at Ingram Library are a federal depository, so we have quite a few government documents. To find the print ones and a good selection of our electronic ones, you can search in the catalog under the Books tab. I'm going to look up global warming. So as I scroll through, I can see we're getting kind of older stuff, 2009, 2010, and we're getting books and some things that say government documents and other things that say stacks. Stacks is just our normal books that are out for checkout, but we're specifically looking for government documents. And while it would be nice to be able to come up here to say format and be able to just choose electronic or book or video, as we said before, government documents can really be any of these formats. So long as it's a book released by the state of Georgia, it counts as a government document. So instead what we have to do is come down here under location, and you'll see that the number one choice here is government documents on our compact shelving on our main floor. But if we hit more, we can actually see that we have quite a few congressional hearings. Congress, of course, is part of the government, so those congressional hearings would also count as government documents. For now, I will choose the government documents up on our main floor. And just because we're still getting kind of older stuff, 86, I'm going to go ahead and choose to sort by date descending, so I get the most recent stuff first. And now I'm getting a bit more new stuff. Now these are print copies of Senate hearings and hearings before Congress. So they're really interesting because you can see exactly what senators are asking which questions, which scientists they're talking to, and really get a sense of what information they have when they're deciding what laws we're all going to live under. If I want this particular item, I can click on it. And under holdings, just like with our regular books, it tells me the location in our library. So this is the government documents compact shelving on the main floor. And there is its call number. Now this call number might be a little bit weird if you're used to the Library of Congress system. This is actually the SUDOC system, or Superintendent of Document system, but it's just another way of organizing our print materials. If I want more information about topics that this is about, just like with regular books, I can click on these blue links and find out more information about, say, greenhouse mitigation, and specifically the economic aspects of that. Our electronic documents tend to be a whole different beast. You saw some, like the congressional hearings, that are in the catalog, but most of them are going to be available through a variety of databases. What we recommend, if you want our electronic documents, is to go to our Research Tools tab and then choose Government Documents. Then you can scroll down for information on finding these kinds of documents, and under Getting Started up here in the first tab, they have four sort of big major, cover a lot of different topics, databases, search engines for you to go to that looks at all the different branches and all the important government sites that we have. But if you do want to be a little bit more specific, you can go back up and, for instance, under Info Sources, they have different places you can get the executive branch and the legislative branch and different agencies. But we're going to start with Getting Started. And USA.gov is just what it says. It's the official web portal to the United States government, so we'll go ahead and start there. And again, I'm just going to choose global warming. And what you'll notice here is that instead of getting sites like Wikipedia or bias sites that have just designed their website to come up to the top of a Google search, you're actually getting more even sites from the government agencies that are designed to study this stuff and to not have a bias. So here we see the EPA, we have NASA. Oftentimes you'll see like the NOAA will show up there. So what you can do is you can click on one of these, and it gives you sort of the raw data and where that information comes from and backs up that data and lets you see the charts and statistics and where they are making their data from. And so instead of saying Wikipedia says that this is true, like you can actually see the 10 warmest years, and this is the chart that they're doing, and you can look at the graph about how much warmer Earth is getting. So you can go straight to the raw data and make your own judgments instead of having to rely on someone's perhaps biased interpretation. This is the things that the people are interpreting. This is the actual data that they're getting. You do have to be a little bit careful on USA.gov. For instance, if you search something that's a little bit more popular, like baseball, you'll see that you get a mix of some stuff from like libraries, like the government of California's library, or maybe the state government. Here, this is from the State Department. We'll have sort of histories of baseball and so on, but you'll also find a lot of this like St. Paul baseball and Valparaiso, Indiana. And that's because baseball is a fairly popular thing that communities will often run. Um, and so that's on their government website, so it's on the USA.gov. So you can click on one of these, and it tells you, oh, this one's got a little bit of behind the scenes stuff, but it's also got like, here's the little league baseball in Idaho, and that may not be appropriate for a college level paper. So you do want to be a little bit more careful when you use USA.gov, just like if you're going to use Google.com. So for government documents, you will want to go one of two places, either into our catalog under the Books tab for our print collections and maybe some electronic hearings and such, or into the Government Documents Guide under Research Tools.